5 fun facts about technology. You didn't know? Hey guys, it's me with FactPop. And today we're going to be looking at 5 fun facts about technology that you definitely didn't know. So let's get right into it. Fact number 1. The first computer was the size of a whole room. Can you imagine? Back in the day, computers were massive, taking up as much space as an entire room and weighing as much as an elephant. The first general-purpose electronic digital computer, which was called Colossus Mark I, was built in 1943 during World War II to help crack German codes. It measured 18 by 8 by 6 feet and weighed approximately 45,000 pounds, equivalent to 20 adult African elephants. The first commercially available computer, which was called the UNIVAC 1, was delivered to the U.S. Census Bureau in 1951. It cost $1 million in 1951 dollars, equivalent to over $10 million today, and took up as much floor space as 2 rooms. Even the first personal computers from the late 1970s and early 1980s were huge compared to what we're used to today. The original IBM PC from 1981, for example, was almost 8 inches or 20 centimeters thick and weighed around 55 pounds or 25 kilograms. But nowadays, thanks to technological advancements and miniaturization, we have computers that fit in our pockets. Who knows where this trend will lead us next? Maybe one day we'll have computers that are the size of a pinhead or even smaller. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Fact number 2. There are more cell phones than people on Earth. As of January 2021, there were an estimated 6.64 billion mobile phone subscriptions worldwide, which is actually more than the world's population of around 6.5 billion people. This means that on average, every person on Earth has access to nearly one mobile phone, and in some countries there are many more phones than people, such as in China, where there are around 1.5 billion mobile phone subscriptions for a population of around 1.4 billion people. So what does this mean? Does it mean that people are buying multiple phones? Well, not really. It's because some people have more than one phone, but most phones are owned by businesses, governments, and other organizations that use them to communicate with customers, employees, and other stakeholders. For example, a business might have a landline and several mobile phones for its staff to use, or a government agency might have phones for its offices and field staff. Also, many people have more than one phone, either because they have a work phone and a personal phone or because they have a basic phone and a smartphone. In fact, the number of people who own smartphones is growing rapidly, especially in developing countries. According to the International Data Corporation, smartphone sales reached a record 3.9 billion units in 2020, up from 2.8 billion units in 2017. This means that more and more people are getting access to these powerful devices that connect them to the internet and each other. This also means that there are more cell phones than people on Earth. Fact number 3. The first ever website is still online. Yep, you heard that right. The first website ever created is still accessible today if you know where to look. If you go to the URL info.cern.ch, you will be taken to the home page of the World Wide Web, which was created by Tim Berners-Lee in 1991 while he was working at CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research. This website served as the foundation for the global web that we know today, and it contains information about how to access other websites, as well as links to some of the earliest websites ever created. When Berners-Lee created the web, he wanted it to be a way for people to easily share information and resources with each other. He did not realize that it would become the massive global phenomenon that it is today, but he knew that the web had the potential to change the world. That's why he made sure to preserve the first website as a reminder of how far the web has come since then. If you want to see what the first ever website looked like, you can visit the website archive.org web and enter the URL info.cern.ch. Here you will see a snapshot of what the website looked like on October 3, 1991, when it was first archived by the Wayback Machine. It may look simple compared to today's websites, but it's an important part of internet history. And you can be one of the few people who knows about it. Fact number 4. Over 90% of the world's data was created in just the last 2 years. That's right. More than 90% of all the data that humans have ever created was generated in just the past 2 years. This includes everything from written documents and photos to videos and audio files. The amount of data we produce is growing exponentially, thanks to the proliferation of smartphones, social media, and other internet-connected devices. In fact, according to a recent study by the analytics firm IDC, we generate almost 65 zettabytes of data every year. A zettabyte is a trillion gigabytes. To put this into perspective, if you were to store all of this data on DVDs, you would need a stack of DVDs taller than the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building. But where is all this data going? Most of it is being stored in cloud storage systems such as those offered by Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. These systems allow individuals and businesses to upload and store their data on remote servers that can be accessed from anywhere in the world. Some of this data is used by companies to improve their products and services, or by researchers to gain insights into human behavior or trends. However, a lot of it is simply lost or forgotten. As we generate more and more data, it becomes harder and harder to manage and secure. IDC estimates that by 2025, we will be generating over 163 zettabytes of data every year. That's nearly 3 times the amount we generate today. This means that we need to find new ways to store, manage, and protect our data. Otherwise, we could end up drowning in a sea of information. Fact number 5. Supercomputers can perform quadrillions of calculations per second. These machines are so powerful that they can solve problems that would take a human thousands of years to figure out in a matter of seconds. They're used for everything from weather forecasting to nuclear fusion research. One of the fastest supercomputers in the world is Fugaku, a Japanese machine that can perform 415 quadrillion calculations per second. That's 4 times faster than the previous record holder, Summit, a US-based supercomputer that can perform 122 quadrillion calculations per second. These calculations are performed by millions or even billions of processors working in parallel. Each processor is capable of performing hundreds or even thousands of calculations per second on its own. But when they're working together, they can achieve incredible speeds. For example, Fugaku was recently used to simulate the spread of the coronavirus in Japan. The simulation took just 3 days to run, whereas it would have taken a human team of scientists and analysts weeks or even months to do the same thing. Supercomputers are also being used to develop new drugs and therapies for diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's. They're also being used to model climate change and develop new materials for use in solar cells or batteries. The possibilities are really endless. As technology continues to advance, we can expect supercomputers to become even more powerful and versatile. They'll be able to tackle problems that were previously thought to be impossible, such as breaking down the barriers between the physical and digital worlds. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll live in a world where computers are as smart as us or even smarter. And this is just the beginning. Well, folks, that's a wrap on this video. I hope you learned something new and maybe even be amazed by some of the things that you didn't know. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss out on any future uploads. We've got lots of amazing videos coming your way, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.